Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 17 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, yay for day 17! Finding this very hard to celebrate myself, but today I did decide to take my friend's advice and celebrate change. I just woke up thinking I need to change. I need to celebrate change. And I just find that kind of an interesting thing because I think change is like the one constant in life. Like for everybody, no matter what, there's always something that happens that requires us to change. We're always growing, we're always changing. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. We're growing, we're changing. There's always life events that cause us to change. Loss of jobs, death, injuries, things like that that always require change. I personally don't like when life throws stuff at me that I have to change, but I am one of those people that likes to change. I, I seek change. Clearly, I'm trying to change. I've been working on myself. By doing these videos, I've been working on myself. I've been making a lot of subtle changes, had a lot of change in perspective, a lot of change in attitude, um, increased my gratitude and trust and a whole bunch of other things. Seen myself in a much different light than I used to, but these are changes that I've been praying for, I've been seeking for, I've been trying to make. I'm also one of those people, I get bored if I do the same thing. I I want something different. I like jobs that are different. I keep changing jobs every 2 to 5 years because I get bored of doing the same thing. I'm like, I'm ready for a challenge. I want something new. So I seek out change in my life, which is so funny because when change happens that I don't want to happen, like my divorce, I'm now grateful that I'm not married to my ex, but at the time that I was going through my divorce, is not what I wanted. Um, I have a tendency to dig my heels in, to fight against it, to avoid it, to pretend it's not happening because I just don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with the emotions and all of that stuff that goes with it. But when it's change that I'm seeking out, I'm like, yes, let's go for it. Let's just dive right in. Let's see what happens. And I push myself to do it, just like with these videos. I'm pushing myself to do these videos. And I wasn't planning on doing videos when I started my 100 days of gratitude. My friend, my Al-Anon friend challenged me to do that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just do 100 days of that and I'll just, write it in my journal or I'll just say it in my prayers every day. And then I just felt prompted to do or inspired to do it in YouTube videos. And I was like, okay, I didn't think I was going to be doing that. And it was really hard for me at first. And now it's a lot easier, but it's still, every 100 days is hard. And every one, I have no idea how it's going to turn out. It doesn't turn out how I expect it to at the end. So this is one of the few ones that I'm like, I'm celebrating myself. I have no idea why I'm celebrating myself. I'm thinking it's just so I can get to know myself a little bit better. Self-esteem boost kind of thing, not like a conceited kind of a thing, but also a learning experience, and a way to change, to continue to make changes in my life, to become a better person, to feel better about myself, to feel better about others, to feel like I have a purpose or value in my life, whatever the reasons are. But I know that doing these videos, focusing on these specific things, like right now celebrating myself, but gratitude, writing, focusing on today, celebrating, finding things about myself to celebrate, are all things that are helping me to change. They're helping me to grow. And I like change. I like things to be different. I get bored. I had a boss one time that told me that I got bored. I get bored easily, or that I don't like being bored. And I was like, how does she know that? I didn't even know that about myself. But I've thought about that on many occasions, and I'm like, she's so right. I don't like being bored. I will find something to do. And sometimes I will find multiple things to do so that I can distract my mind, because I can't just sit around and do nothing and be bored. I will create stories in my head. I will play games on my phone. I will watch TV. I will go for a walk. I will do something, because I just don't like to be bored. I like to be challenged. I like a change. I like to learn new things. I think they kind of all go together, because I I seek out change when I'm bored. I'm like, okay, I'm bored with my job. I'm bored with something in my life. I'm bored with whatever it is. And I'm like, okay. And then I seek out some kind of change. What can I do to change my attitude? What can I do to change my job? What can I do to change rearrange my house so that because I'm bored with the direction where everything is at. I mean, every so often I will have to, rearrange the furniture because I'm just bored and I have to have a change. I can't just have things the same way all the time. I get bored and I seek out change. And I think if I don't seek out change and I'm not working on myself, that things in my life happen. Because, I get married and I'm all contented and life is good. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait for things to happen, even though, not, liking where things were going. And yeah, I didn't go in the direction that I wanted them to, but change happened because I needed it, apparently, because God can see more than I can. So life brings change, whether I want it to or not. But change brings challenges, and new growth and new opportunities and new things for me to learn about myself and about life. And I like that because I do like learning new things. I do like challenges. Granted, I prefer challenges where, trying to figure out how to write my books and figure out how to get them published is a challenge I still haven't figured out yet. But it's one that I want to master at some point. I want to get a book published. That is a challenge that I am working towards, a goal that I'm working on. Learning new things. I think I would rather learn something like how to ski or something, learn how to skydive, something fun, not necessarily learning new life experiences. But this is giving me an opportunity to get to know myself, to learn new things about myself, to make changes in myself. And I have made some changes. Like I said, they're very subtle changes. I think people watching these videos are probably more aware of the changes that I've been making over the past year than I am of the changes that I've been making because I look at my life and I feel like I'm still struggling with the same things. I'm still making the same stupid mistakes or same dumb choices, whatever the case may be. I feel like I'm not progressing or getting anywhere. And then, of course, I have days where I'm like, okay, let's just celebrate change. Let's look at all the changes I've been making. Or let's look at the fact that I like to change. I like challenge, which is why I do these videos. Because I know that in doing this, I am making changes, even if I can't see them. And it is a challenge for me to do these videos and a curiosity to see how many people are going to watch these videos. If I will ever become popular making these videos, probably not. None of those things will probably ever happen. Or maybe they might when I get comfortable enough doing this that I don't care if it happens or not. I mostly don't care, but I think I freak out about the idea of a whole ton of people watching my videos. And right now I would probably stop making them if a whole ton of people watched them. But right now I think the most for right now, for my celebrating myself, the most I've had is 7. But I have like 2 or 3 like every day. So I'm like, cool, I have a few more that are watching my celebrating myself. Maybe it's because I'm posting it on social media, not consistently. I did much better when I came to posting my gratitude videos, but then I felt like it didn't boost it didn't boost subscriptions and it didn't boost views, so I just figured that was a waste of my time. So I don't know why I'm doing it with celebrating myself. I think maybe it's because I think everybody should celebrate themselves. So it's kind of like I'm putting it out there, hey, opportunity for everybody to change, opportunity for everybody to celebrate themselves, opportunity for everybody to join me on this journey that's going, I have no idea where, but on this adventure, which is another thing. I love adventures. Um, so I had someone at a job interview a few weeks ago tell me that I've had a lot of adventures in my life, and I was just talking about all the different jobs and places I've gone and things that I've done. I'm like, oh, I haven't looked at it as adventures. That's just life. I just get bored and want something new. But sure, I've had lots of adventures. I like adventures. I seek out adventures and change and fun things. So lots of those things that I can celebrate on different days. But a lot of the things that I celebrate are things about me, character traits. They kind of overlap. They kind of go hand in hand with each other. And for me to seek out change, I have to be willing to to take that leap, to seek out an adventure, to seek out something new, to know that I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I do try to control the outcome, however, or I'm not trying to control it as much as I used to. I used to try to control the outcome. I would have this idea, I'm like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. This is the change I want to make. And I start doing the stuff that I think is going to get me to where I'm going. And I end up somewhere completely different. I'm like, how the heck did I get here? I'm directionally challenged. That's how I ended up wherever I end up at, because I'm directionally challenged. But it's obviously a change or direction that God wanted me to go in if I ended up there. But sometimes I get so focused on where I want to be that I don't see the path that God wants me to be on, or the changes that He wants me to make in my life. So I think doing these videos is an opportunity for me to see the changes that I've been making in my life, to recognize that I'm not stuck anymore. I don't feel like I'm stuck anymore. I may still be struggling with the same things, still not having energy, not feeling motivated, not finished with my books, not have my books published, lots of things that I would like to have done. But I have changed a lot spiritually. I've grown a lot spiritually. Emotionally, I think I have done a lot of healing emotionally. Um, I've grown a lot. My perception of myself has changed. My perspective of life has changed. My attitude has changed. My willingness to do things has changed. I'm not nearly as judgmental of myself or of other people as I used to be. I I counteract most of the negative thoughts that pop into my head with something positive. I'm much more gentle with myself when I'm struggling with things. I'm like, I just remind myself of all the things that I've been through or all the things that I'm dealing with. And then I remember baby steps and slow and steady wins the race. And I don't have to change overnight. That's my other thing. I like to change, but I just want it to be an immediate change. I want to just, if I'm going to take that leap of faith, I'm going to make that jump to change. I just want to leap and be there. I want to skip all the steps in between. So this is forcing me to take all the steps in between to get to the ultimate change where I want to be. And of course, once I get there, I will be satisfied for a while, and then I will want to change something else because that's just me. And because life is full of change, life is full of changes. Sometimes they're ones we seek out. Sometimes they're ones life throws at us. Sometimes they're ones that feel like this is a positive, happy, good thing. And sometimes they're ones that are like, oh my gosh, this is devastating. And my life is over. My life is not over. Many times as I've thought that it should have been or wished that it would be, so I didn't have to deal with whatever change was happening. But I've learned from all of the changes in my life, and I've grown from all of the changes and the experiences that I've had. And it makes me want to have more experiences. And because I've been focusing on gratitude and positive things in my life and making that subtle change between positive and negative and counteracting the negative thoughts and replacing them with positive thoughts and encouraging thoughts and ideas, it gives me hope for the future and for future things that I want in my life. So it gives me, the courage to want to make more changes and to move forward. So kind of looking forward to more changes and more positive things happening in my life. At least I hope that's what the change will bring. I never know what the changes are going to bring, and I never know what it's going to do to my attitude or my self-esteem or my personality. I think my personality stays the same. I'm just sometimes more aware of myself than I am other times. But I am grateful that I can celebrate change. I am grateful that I like change most of the time. Like I said, there's still, when life happens and I'm not expecting it, I don't always appreciate the changes. I don't always appreciate the surprises. But I'm learning to handle them better, which I'm grateful for. And I do recognize when I'm bored or I feel stuck somewhere, and then I'm like, I'm stuck, I need to change. I don't care if it's a change of job, if it's a change of scenery, if it's a change of, go on a vacation, if it's a change of attitude, whatever it is, I'm like, I need to change. Oh, my exercise ball is doing weird things. I'm sorry. I might need to pump it back up again. Ugh, I don't know. Maybe it's leaking. Maybe it has a hole. I hope not. Anyway, I don't feel like I'm sinking, but Sorry, I'm easily distracted in case you didn't already know that either. Makes me very fun and entertaining, I think. I'm also extremely tired and I get wired and repetitious when I'm tired. But I wanted to do my video because I don't want to miss any more days of making my videos because that will drive me crazy. And then I will miss out on all the changes that I'm making and the opportunities that I have for learning new things about myself, discovering new things about myself, and possibly discovering more changes that I have been making. And I'm sure there's lots more that people watching these videos can see or comment and say about me. Because, again, I think sometimes it's easier to see the change and the growth in other people than it is to see it in ourselves. Because I still see the things that I'm struggling with or the things that I'm trying to change that I haven't quite, that I work on, but I just haven't quite mastered yet. And maybe I never will in this life. But I forget to give myself credit for all the times that I do those things and for the little changes that I've been making. But these, like I said, these videos have made me much more aware of changes that I've made, and I've shared them in previous videos. And I'm not going back through and watching like 300 videos to figure out all the changes that I have made. So, not gonna happen. You're welcome to do that if you want to, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna say, not gonna recommend it, but entirely up to you. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Me and my crazy changes. But if you're interested in making some changes or getting to know yourself better, you can celebrate the fun things in yourself or in your life. And feel free to share those with me too, because I would love to have other people join me on my crazy adventures. And if you like these videos, you can like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe do some writing.